What is up, guys? My name is Mihabratu and welcome back to a brand new video on my channel. Today what I have for you guys is a more special vid in my book because I have finally found an iPod 3rd generation. And yes, this is an iPod 3rd generation running iOS 5.1.1, as I will demonstrate right now, and I will also turn off the brightness a bit. So the reason I'm really happy about this is because this iPod is definitely a rare one to find, as the iPod 2nd generation was released 1 year before this, and on the release date this had nothing more to offer but just a faster CPU and internal hardware. Otherwise the screen was the same and the OS looked the same. Of course, when the new iOS 4 update was applied, then the real changes could be seen. But most people decided to stick with their iPod 2nd generation or buy the 3GS. Of course, this iPod not only supports iOS 5.1.1, but also adds different features like voice control. So if I do get my headphones over here and I do plug them in, you will be able to see that this does support voice control. So let me pop this in and let me hold it down, and there we have voice control right here. Of course, voice control is always, like any voice control is, it is horrible as long as it's not Siri. But if I do take the headphones out, you will see that it does not work because this does not have a mic. So that is the one thing that ruined this iPod, is the fact that it did not add anything onto the 2nd generation. But moving on to what this iPod really offers, you have a variety of apps to choose from since it's running iOS 5.1.1 and YouTube itself works properly. Personally, I like this old YouTube. It is very classy, very old-timey, and also you are reduced from having to see ads all the time. If I tap onto any video right here, you will be able to see that, hey, where's the ads? That's right, there are no ads. It just takes a longer while to load because it is slower, but there are no ads. And one thing that I do not like from this is obviously the fact that you cannot browse YouTube's you cannot browse YouTube without canceling the video. So let's say I'm in the middle of a video and I am playing it and I want to search up other videos. I go back, and if I want to tap back on it, you will see that it has restarted. One second. There we go. 1 second there. It has restarted. Spotify works unlike the iOS 4 version where you have to pay premium to stream. Although this streaming here is as horrible as the newest version is, it does not work. So if I want to play, for example, Redbone, it will sometimes play it, sometimes it will just shuffle a random song, like Sober right now. So that kind of bothers me, but what I do like about it is when you exit the app and go back to that certain playlist, it will play a new song. So if I go back in here, sometimes it will play a new one, sometimes it won't. Let's see. And now it plays a new one, but yeah, sometimes it will shuffle it, sometimes it will refresh it, but most of the time it restarts the song as well. I don't know if you guys like that or not. So moving on to the actual performance of this, considering the fact that it does not have a retina display, that means that there are less pixels to push and less graphic power to play on this. So I have my iPod 4th generation here running iOS 6.1. I think it's just 6.1, and I'm gonna have to turn down the brightness here. And yes, this is jailbroken, but that shouldn't do anything with the load time of the games. So if I open up Minecraft right here, I'm gonna open them up at the very same time. So here we are. Let's see, and then 3, 2, 1, and sometimes it crashes, sometimes it doesn't. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't crash in my video. But yeah, load times will be faster on this, but you'll see the graphical performance will actually be better on the old one. So there we go. We actually loaded it first and then Minecraft. And just so you guys know, this actually had way more apps in the background. And I'm actually going to exit them out just to, remove any kind of bias towards anything I'm doing right now. So back to the game here. we're gonna press play. And one thing you can see is the GUI. You could actually tune it to be smaller on this one. So we're gonna hit play at the same time, and we're gonna hit my world. And that wasn't quite how I expected it, but we'll just, we'll just pop in at the same time, almost. Well, not almost, but yeah, it was kind of a fail. I'm sorry. I'll try to do that again. But you'll see that once we get in, the frame rate is actually very visible. So although this was pressed first, you could definitely see at the bottom you have way more items in your inventory. And as I move around, I don't know if you can see, but you can actually move at a way smoother frame rate. So here I am moving and flying pretty smoothly. I don't know if you can see that, but if I go into this and try to play, oh boy, do we see the graphics really showing their, their lag. So I'm going to try to actually, and it actually died on me. Now, despite it having a pretty old OS, you do have the advantages of having Google Maps and certain apps that are on the older versions. For example, I do enjoy the I do enjoy having Dual on the older look and feel. I like Hill Climb. Also, just having these old apps here, just antique, it looks pretty cool in my opinion. So if you're willing to pay not a lot of money for this, I suggest you pick it up because, hey, why not? It's iPod 3rd generation, and when it comes down to speed and performance, I think that this does do a better job in games than the iPod 4th generation does, as it has come back to life here. But yeah, we're gonna do one last final test, and that is gonna be the App Store test. And I'm gonna be able to clear everything down here, just so we can actually see the difference. And there we are. In 3, 2, 1, and there we go. And they're off. And we can see that the iPod 3rd generation actually loaded it first. And yeah, that was a search. Let's see the featured tab. Which one searches it first? And they were kind of the same. I mean, we had the little top here that loaded first on the 6th. And yeah, this actually has less lag when you scroll it, whereas this one, it does lag. So yeah. So basically that's about it. I don't know what to say. There really are similar devices. If you're willing to pay a little less and not have a camera, I think this is a way better choice, considering the fact that it does support older apps that aren't so tough on the hardware, and also just the fact that it isn't being pushed so hard because of the display that it has. So in the end, what would I pick? I don't know. It is a situation in which I could pick this one day and that one the other day. But I decided to make this video because I picked this up last week. I didn't have a chance to make a video on it. Now I did. And yeah, the back is pretty nice, pretty shiny. And I'll show you a picture right now of how it looked when I first picked it up. I have a video all dedicated to how to shine your Apple devices. Go click that in the description below. And once again, if you did like this video, please be sure to give it a like. And I'll see you guys in the next video.